So could I put my house in a trust totally to avoid care home fees? Yeah, I get asked this question a lot. So let me explain. If that is the case, then I'll say no, because we class it as a deliberate deprivation of assets. Your only purpose for setting up a trust is to avoid paying care home fees. That's not the reason why you set up a trust. Okay? Now, if you set up a trust for another reason, like to benefit the beneficiaries, to make sure your family and loved ones are protected, that's great. And also, you are healthy, there's no ailments, there's no potential worries about you getting sick and all that kind of stuff, then obviously the risk of care home is a concern. My viewpoint is this. It's not about stopping care homes from charging the home. It's about you having the control as to how that wealth is utilised to pay for your care if it's needed. Two different arguments. So you might have the money and now you put it in trust via the property, and care is required, so you've got to do up downstairs, you need to pay for nurses to come around, etc. Well, the trust can raise finance, sell the house, downgrade whatever it needs to do to pay for that, because that's the whole point. You're a beneficiary, you're the primary beneficiary of that trust. Your care is required, the trust can pay for it, rather than having a third party put a charge on the home and give you some bog standard care home or bog standard furniture, bog standard workmanship, poor quality nurses, whatever it might be, and you have no control at all, but they're charging you top pounds or dollar for stuff that you may not want or appreciate. So why not you be in control rather than a third party? And that's the reason why a trust would be an ideal device to help protect the wealth so you have pure control. But it's not about you putting it in the trust solely to stop having care home fees from being attached to your property. That motive is completely wrong. And if that was ever discovered, then it's going to cause the trust will be unraveled, unfortunately. So you just don't want that. If you're saying, well, I've got my children, my house has got no mortgage, or I want to make sure that it's passed down, I don't want probate issues, blah, 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 perfectly fine. And as a side note, yeah, care home fees is one of those things that, well, I'd rather have control of how care is distributed in my family rather than a third party dictate how I do it. That's a whole different ball game altogether. So we'll be very careful of our motives and make sure we get the facts right and make sure it's not for the wrong reasons. So important. All right. Cheers for that.